Hey everyone, and welcome to Kinda Crafty Kenzie. Of course, I am Kenzie, and today we're just going to go ahead and jump right on in. So I was always a little jealous because I could never find that adorable little door ornament that the Dollar Tree had to offer this year. So I decided to make my own, and I put my own spin on it and made it super farmhouse. So I did not actually make mine into an ornament. I kept it to where I could put it on a tier tray or on a floating shelf, but it basically still has like the same concept. And you could easily turn this into an ornament. So I just took some of these craft sticks from the Dollar Tree, one of these wood planks from the Dollar Tree that you get, like, I think you get 5 in a pack for $1. They're super handy to have in your stash all the time. And then a couple of these dowel rods. So I just cut my craft sticks down to fit along my door, like around the edges. And I cut off that little rounded edge and then sanded them so they'd be nice and smooth and even. So once I had them all lined up the way I wanted them to go and I knew that they fit, I went ahead with another craft stick and just measured in to like split the door in half to like give it that farmhouse feel. So I just did that with that middle craft piece, and then I just took my dowel rods and did the same thing. Just measured it how I wanted it to go, marked it off, cut it, and then sanded it to smooth it out too. Of course, I'm going to paint this red, so I'm using the Imperial by Folk Art. Guys, this is a beautiful red. I know a lot of people use Waverly's lacquer, and I think this is like Folk Art's version of that, and it is so, so pretty. It definitely gives like that Christmas, even that barn, barn door, barn red feel. It's so, so pretty. So anyways, I just painted everything red. I debated on gluing the craft sticks down and then painting it, but I decided that I just wanted everything nice and covered, so I just painted it all separate, and I did front and back as well. That way if I did put it on a tier tray and you saw the back of it, it would be nice and finished, or if I did decide to turn it into an ornament later on, again, the back would be finished, so it would all look well put together. So once everything had 2 coats and everything was nice and dry, I just started gluing my craft sticks onto the door. And I'm curious, you guys, I obviously love farmhouse and rustic decor, not just at Christmas, but all year round. What is your Christmas theme? Do you guys have a theme in your home? I know a lot of people do like candy cane or Ray Dunn, or even like the Grinch, or elves or reindeer. Like, what is your favorite Christmas things to like incorporate into your home? Let me know in the comments. I'm super curious. So then I had the door all put together and I thought it looked great. So I had painted my little dowel rods in just the black, just to kind of make it pop off of the door. I didn't want everything to like blend in together. And for whatever reason, I couldn't remember how these were supposed to fit together. So you'll see me like trying to like work it out in my head. Like, does it go like this? It's supposed to be a Z. Is it like this? I don't know why. I couldn't get it to work in my brain. It was kind of like when I was putting my other door together, trying to make a barn house look on a couple videos back, and it like wouldn't click in my brain. But luckily we have shutters in my living room that my husband did super farmhousey, and it had the Z, so I knew that that's the way it was supposed to go. And then I just took a little piece of dowel rod, painted it black as well, and gave it a little handle. And I think this is super cute, you guys. And of course, I have to distress it. It's farmhouse. Of course it's distressed. So I just went ahead and used some chalk paint in the truffle and went around the door. I even did the back. Like I said, I wanted the entire thing to look complete and finished. So I just went ahead and went all around it. I went a little heavy on like the front face of it on purpose because I've never seen a pretty shiny red door on a barn. It's always like roughed up and worn, and that's what makes it so beautiful. So this next project, you just need 3 smaller signs. It doesn't even have to be the same ones. It doesn't even have to be this shape, just something kind of small like this. And all I did was just go ahead and give each piece 2 coats of the white chalk paint.
Everyone's lighting candles in their homes. Yes, it's Christmas.
Then I just took some of these adorable little window clings from the Dollar General. You get this sheet for $1. I actually went back and was able to get my hands on a few more of these. I absolutely love these, not just because of that adorable little red truck, but I love the trees and even the snowflakes. I just think this window cling is gorgeous. You guys, Dollar General is on point this year with their Christmas decor. If you have not been there, you have to go. Whether you are DIYing or you are just buying, either way, their stuff is so adorable. So anyways, as you can see, the little tree here on the truck didn't fit completely, so I just went ahead and trimmed it a little bit, but it still looked perfectly fine.
This time of year is a time to cheer. Let our loved ones, our family and friends have.
So once I had them all fitted and perfect on their little signs, and I knew they were going to work out perfectly, I just went ahead and took some of this elephant chalk paint. It's a really pretty gray. I love distressing with this. It's made by Waverly, and I just went ahead and distressed these little signs. I love things white. I love like a white canvas to work on, but I always have to add some distressing and to kind of not make them so stark white, because nothing from farmhouse days is stark white, you know what I mean? So I love distressing.
Lights lighting up this town, and as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing Merry Christmas to you.
Then to attach these decals to the signs, I just used good old Mod Podge. You guys, Mod Podge is bomb.com to me. It is one of my favorite ways to attach anything together, whether it would be fabric onto something or decals like this onto something. I absolutely love Mod Podge, and then I love to go over my finished project all over it with it to give it a nice finished look and a nice finished feel, and of course protect the picture. This is the Mod Podge in the matte, so it doesn't have a super glossy look. It does shine it up a little bit, but it doesn't interfere with the look of the finished product. So then I just took some of this ribbon that I got from the Dollar General as well. It was $5 for like 40 yards, or 40 feet. Whew. I wish 40 yards, 40 feet. And it has gone such a long way in my Christmas decor this year. I have used it so much. So as you can see, I am just making kind of like, I don't even know what you call this, like a ribbon hanger, I guess you could say. I'm sure there's a technical name for this, but I'm just attaching each sign. And I didn't measure. I just eyeballed where I wanted it to go, and it still worked out. So just don't tell my husband I didn't measure, because he yells at me. But I just attached them where I wanted them to go on the ribbon, and it worked out perfectly.
as quirky as mine.
So I knew I was going to add bows to this, but I didn't realize I was going to add this many bows. But if you can look really closely under that little truck, I had a little bit of an accident with the hot glue. I kind of put a little too much, or I put it too far down on the ribbon, and I tried to remove it, and it just left this funky little look on the ribbon. I mean, we all make mistakes, but so I decided, instead of ripping it apart and putting down new ribbon and laying the signs back down, that I would just go ahead and make a bunch of bows. So I literally just made a whole bunch of bows, and don't make fun of the way I make bows. I'm not that good. So I literally have to make the bow and then cut the tails and then attach the tails, and it's a bit of a process, but they turn out really cute in the end. I don't know why I didn't use my other method. I do know how to make a bow like this, and I can't even tell you why I didn't do it like that. But anyways, so that's just what I did, and I ended up putting a little bow at the bottom of each sign and then one at the top, and I think it looked perfect. I'm so glad I had a little mistake and added the bows, because it definitely just helped make this so much cuter.
You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk.
So then I just took some of that same ribbon and made a little hanger out of it. And because it left a little bit of a glue mark on the red ribbon, I definitely was going to put a bow there. I had anticipated on putting the bow there anyway, but this just definitely helps cover up that little bit of mark the hot glue leaves. I love working with hot glue, but sometimes in certain fabrics and ribbons you use, it definitely leaves a little bit of a mark. But I think it all worked out in the end, because all the little ugly spots got covered up. So for this last project, you are only going to need one of these signs. I was just making something. I was making two things at the same time, so I just had both of them here. But you really only need to see me do the one, because they're the same. But anyways, I just used this sign from the Dollar Tree, and I popped those little pieces, those little faces off the front, because I was going to reuse them, but they ended up just being foam, and they weren't really worth saving. So I just gave this 2 coats of the white chalk paint, and then I ended up just tearing the paper off the front altogether, because one of these were going to be a gift, so I wanted to have a nice finished look. So then, as you can see, I just took some jute twine and just wrapped it around both of the edges, and then just hot glued it in the back to hold it down.
As long as I spend this day with you, so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe's baby with you. Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day.
Then I got these little thumbtacks you can get at the Dollar Tree as well. And as you can see, I just lined them up and made sure that they were even. And then I did have to use a hammer and pound them in because I couldn't push them all the way through. In turn, when I did that, a little bit of the pin did pop out of the back. So I just went ahead with some hot glue and kind of made a little safety bubble so that nobody would like poke their fingers when they picked the sign up. And then I took these Dollar Tree Christmas tree little block style things. I couldn't think of anything to do with them where I kept them together like that. So I just went ahead and used my heat gun and peeled them apart, and I am so glad I did, because I have used these little trees quite a few times, and my husband actually took a pattern from it so that I'll always have that style. Then I used some more of these adorable little decals from the Dollar Tree, and you can see where I'm going with this, and it is so cute already, isn't it? Oh, I just love this. The simplicity and how adorable this is. I love it. It makes me happy. So anyways, I just Mod Podged that decal down like I always do, and it went on perfect. I even had a little bit of playtime because I got a little bit of crooked, so I was able to move that a little bit before I went ahead and took Mod Podge over the top of it. And then I took my trees and I gave them a little bit of flocking with some white chalk paint, and then I just went ahead and attached them to the sign. Just kidding. I went ahead with a pencil and a ruler and kind of just followed the cheat that the sign gives you, because it's the little indentations on the end of the sign, and I drew faux shiplap lines. And then I just went ahead with some truffle chalk paint and just stressed around the edges of the entire sign and then kind of ran it in through like the face of the sign. Then I took some of my elephant chalk paint in Waverly and a little fine brush and just painted over those little thumbtacks, or push pins rather. I didn't want them to be like really super shiny. I wanted them to look old and rustic. And then I got really brave and decided to take a Sharpie and go over those pencil marks with the Sharpie in brown. And I really loved it, but it made it a little too vibrant, so then I just took my sandpaper and just sanded over, and it ended up looking really good. Okay, now I'm attaching the trees. I always get ahead of myself, but I just went ahead and used hot glue to attach the tree to the sign. I know a lot of people like to use wood glue, especially when you're attaching wood to wood, but I'm a hot glue lover. It's fast, it's quick, it's now, I love it. So then I just went ahead and took some jute twine and made little bows and put the little bows on top of the tree. My husband always says bows don't belong on top of trees, and I am the complete opposite. I love to put bows on every tree. So yeah, I put little bows on them, and I think it looks adorable.
But as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
I want to thank you guys for coming along with me today. I had so much fun creating these DIYs. I absolutely love the Rustic Farmhouse feel, and I think that they fit right in with the rest of my decor. I hope that you guys got inspired to create something as well, and I'm so excited to see. So make sure you follow me over on Instagram and be sure to tag me in whatever you create. My handle is in the description box as always. If you like videos like this, please hit that like button and help support my channel, and make sure you subscribe if you're not already, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.
I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go.